problem.
There we go. All right, you guys. Well, welcome. Today is Thursday, May 27th. It's almost 9:30 Pacific Standard Time, and we are about to do a colors training for the team. You guys, this tool just came out about a month ago through Dr. Spiller, and you guys can access it. Let's show you guys how to access this first. So where you want to go to access is im.center. This is a free tool right now, by the way. You guys all have access to it. It doesn't matter which academy you're in. Everyone has access to it. I think this is the last week, so it may be over in the next few days.
I think
But utilize it while you
29.
can. Now it is in the foreign exchange section, but it's used for high frequency as well as Forex trading, okay? So you want to come into your academy and you guys are going to come down to strategies. And once we load, we are going to come down into this folder here and you would click Forex and see how mine is all grayed out because I have the DCX package. Everything will be grayed out, but colors is in color. So that means you have access to it. So you're going to click on this and then click the hyperlink to open up colors and it will bring you to this page. And it may ask you to log in again. It's the same login and password. Okay. Now, before I get into everything, at the top here, we have a training. So there is a Colors Academy. It's a 10-minute training video. It's very basic. So if it's confusing, if you're brand new, don't worry. It will take a little bit of time to understand it as far as the language goes, okay? One more thing I want to show you before we get into training is in Go Live, you guys. Once you log in here, where you can access Dr. Spiller and all of his training is here. You're going to scroll down to the colors folder, okay? So you want to click right here. And you guys can see Dr. Spiller, his schedule is here. He does a lot of pop-up training. So if you guys follow him on Instagram, you kind of will see when he goes on IG Live, he's always also going on Go Live. Usually when I catch it, I will drop it in the chat for you guys. But if you guys catch him, you know, just throw in the chat, let the team know that he's live if you guys are plugged in. You want to come down, click on his name here, and you can see we have the chat box here. You can ask your questions. You want to select the activate scroller. Scroll down. If you go to his favorite sessions, you guys, this is where you're going to find all the training, okay? These are literally 20-minute little videos. I think the longest one here is 50 minutes. Go through these videos and you guys will be in a very good understanding of what's happening with colors, okay? Also, keep in mind, he is a very unorthodox educator. He's a little bit different. He's not for everyone. So just a heads up, okay? All right, so let's get into training, you guys. Colors has completely changed the game for me and my trading. It's made things simple. It's made things easy for understanding. A lot of the team who saw this said anybody who's brand new to the academy, if we show them colors, they don't have any like prior knowledge or awareness of what's going on, and they just stick to this, you will see tremendous results as long as you just keep it simple, follow the rules, and stay plugged in. I'm just going to go ahead and mute everyone. Okay, let me just change this. I think I can mute upon entry. Here we go. If you guys have questions, feel free to throw in the chat or unmute yourself and just ask the question, okay? All right, so the first thing that we look for in colors is our time frames. If we look over here, we have the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, hour, 4 hour, and the daily. So the higher the time frame, the longer it will take for the trade to get to profit. I personally am currently scalping on the 1 minute, but after I took an L this morning, Dr. Spiller literally said, in order for you to know how to scalp, you have to understand trading on the higher time frames, okay? So brand new students, I would work on the higher time frames just because it's not as a fast movement. Okay, so let's look at the daily. We're going to refresh this. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so let's look at the daily. All right, this is a really nice example we got here. So this is Euro GBP. The first thing you actually guys want to look for is making sure that all your arrows are aligned in the same color. Okay, so green means buy, red means sell. You can also see the currency strength meter here. So with currency strength meter, you guys, I know some of you are brand new, just keep in mind that the first currency, so in this case AUD, versus the second currency, which is JPY, should be stronger in value in the number. So for example, here we have AUD is at 60, JPY is at 59. This means because the first currency is stronger, we're looking for buys. Okay, so I hope you guys are taking notes because I'm going to try to put in information here and I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible. But all of these little things are very, very important for you guys to understand, okay? So our currency strength, you guys, again, if the first currency is stronger than the second currency, we're looking for a buy. And if it's the opposite way, we're looking for the sell. When it comes to confirmations in your trading, you want everything to tell you that everything's going into a buy. So if any of your checklist doesn't line up, don't do the trade, especially when you're a brand new trader. The less indicators you have that line up, the less likely your trade is to go into profit, right? So these are little things you want to pay attention to. So we're looking at AUDJPY. I'm going to try to find something a little more clear. Oh no, CAD CHF. Okay, this is kind of nice here. All right. So let's look at CAD CHF, you guys. We have 4 red down arrows. I am on the daily chart. Okay, this is setting up for a nice sell. Why do I say that? Well, all we do, you guys, is we're here to line up our colors. So one setting you guys want to add is right here at the settings wheel. You're going to add the countdown bar to close. And that's going to add a little timer. Now this is the daily chart, so it's not going to really show me. Are we going to see it here? Let's see, where is my... Okay, I haven't traded on the daily, but if we were on a lower time frame, we would have a little countdown clock that tells us when the next candle is going to open. On the daily chart, every candle represents 1 day. So this is very, very slow. This is actually not bad for a long-term setup, you guys, okay? So first things first, once we have our indicator set up, we need to look for a box. Because we're looking at red arrows, we're looking for a red box, okay? So that's indicator number 1. Our candles are sitting at our red box. Perfect. All right. Now, step number 2 is to look for shapes. You guys can see I have an arrow here. If you look, there's also a little upside down pyramid here. Okay. And sometimes you may also get this boomerang. The more shapes, the better. Okay. So if I click on details, you guys can see we have our confirmations. Confirmation 1, confirmation 2, levels, and trend line. Okay. The more indicators, you guys, the better, right? So you guys can go and refer to this, read through this to understand. All right, so we have a red box. I'm going to keep it simple. Red box, red shapes. The next number 3 step is to look for a red trend line. So this line right here that's swiveling up and down, that's turning red and then turns green, has turned red for us. So this is another confirmation, you guys. We have a red box, red shapes, and a red trend line. The next thing we're looking for, if you guys look at my crosshair, so the crosshair is these little lines, you know, on my box. This line right here, this is called a crosshair. Okay, this, and then the line that goes horizontally across the dotted lines, right? My crosshair, if I'm looking at this lineup, everything below has to also be red. So this is red right now. This line is currently red on our DMI. And then the bottom, these are our volume bars. The volume bars also have to be red, but in this case, they actually have to be above this yellow floating line. Now the yellow floating line, you guys, is a little bit hard to see. I'm going to zoom in here. It's a little bit hard to see, but there's a yellow floaty line here. And the volume bars, so these horizontal volume bars, should be higher and above the yellow floaty line. Okay, so is everybody following me so far? If you're good, drop some ones in the chat. If you have a question, feel free to ask a question. Questions are encouraged, you guys, because without questions, there's no understanding. Okay, there's no learning if there's no questions being asked. Thank you, Anna, Alyssa. Is everyone else good? I want you guys, like, I want to make sure that you guys are good. Rajveer, do you have any questions? Nelly?
Des, when you say earlier that you have to look at the time frame and then count, make sure all arrow on the same direction, and then if that's in the, we're looking for the arrow like red, so we have to look for the red box as well and the red timeline.
Yes.
All red.
All
and
red.
How about if if we are in the arrow on green line, on the green color, and then same direction, and also then we look for green box. Yes. Right? Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the last thing, you guys, because everything is red on this trade, we need the volume bar to go above the yellow, and then we also need a red candle. If we had both of those things, this would actually be set up for a perfect trade right now. Okay, so if you guys are looking at CAD CHF for a long-term swing trade, keep an eye on this because we might have a legitimate sell. If you guys want to be safe, what you can also do is set an alarm at this resistance point. This is a little bit advanced, but if you guys are using TradingView, you can set an alarm at the lowest resistance, wait for it to break, and then get in for the sell here and write it down to the next resistance. This is on the daily, so you're catching a good little amount of pips here. That's still a 200 pip move, you guys, 230 pips. Okay, so keep an eye on CAD CHF. I may actually do the same thing and just set an alarm for myself and go ahead and take this trade once I get a break. All right, so that is for a sell. Now, rule number one, no box, no trade, okay? You might get some good setups. You might have something around the lines of, let me go back here so we could see something. Okay, let me see if I can find a good example. All right, right here, you guys, you see how we have red, red, everything else lined up red, but because there's no box here, I wouldn't have taken this trade. Okay, you always want to make sure there's a box. Those boxes, like these boxes, you guys, are important structure levels in the market. All right, that means that at that price point, the market came down and it made its move, right? I'm going to go down to the 1 minute chart. Let's see if we could take some live trades right now. I'll show you guys a buy as well and what to look for a buy. And then we'll talk about HFX a little bit too. Oh. If you guys do some weird clicky stuff like that, just refresh. You'll be okay. It won't blow up, okay? Oh, what's going on here? Okay. So I personally, you guys, like to trade gold. Okay, so I'm going to go down to gold. You can see I have one green arrow. So right now we're not in a position for an ideal setup, but I just want to show you guys this anyway. If we were doing a buy, just like Nelly mentioned, we would have a green box, some green shapes, green arrows. Like actually this was a little good setup, kind of, right? We didn't really get it here. We always want to make sure everything is lined up. this trend line is super, super important as well.
You can get in after the yellow candle.
After here.
Yeah.
You could,
Because your blue lines are all blue. The bottom is all blue, turning blue, right?
I
And
mean,
then
you
you see the
could,
volume bar.
but this line is still red. So just to keep it very simple for everyone, like don't do anything like that until you're a little bit more advanced, because that's more risky, right? And also this is the 1 minute chart. So this is like 2 pips.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for
so
HFX
that's
though.
Yeah.
It's for
sorry.
HFX.
Yeah, for HFX.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
So how many confirmation again? Okay, the color, the arrow, same direction, and the color box, and then what else?
Okay, so
And the trend line.
okay, so the box is number 1. The
Okay.
shapes are
Okay.
number 2.
The what? Number 2?
Shapes.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Number 3 is your trend line.
Okay.
Number 4 is this little histogram thingy. Okay, these lines here. Number 5 is this indicator called the DMI.
DM.
And then number 6 is the volume bars.
What is the volume bars?
Here at the bottom, these are the volume bars. It tells you how many sellers or buyers are in the market.
Okay.
Okay. Now, note on the DMI, you guys, if the line is floating in the yellow box, we are not going to take the trade. You see this yellow box here? If the line is in this area right here, we're not doing the trade.
Okay.
Okay. Now the DMI also works like this, like a stochastic or an RSI. So over the dotted line right now, we're overbought, and below would be oversold. Okay, so this is looking to come down for a sell right now. All right. Now for HFX, you guys, what I like to base my HFX trading on is these gray lines. They will come and go. I usually trade HFX off the 1 minute chart, okay, because these are smaller time frames. And so you can wait for lineup points, or you can also wait for, if you're looking on a higher time frame, what the trend is doing, right? If you're in a downtrend, you're clearly going to be looking for sells. So if you start from the 1 hour, for example, on the 1 hour, clearly, I don't know what's happening here. This is silver. Let's look at something else. Clear. Okay, let's look at this. Let me go to, this is the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, we're like in a really huge consolidation right now. We're looking for the market to actually start to go down, okay? So if I was trading GBP USD, I would potentially be looking for sells. We have 4 red arrows here as well, okay? So what I would wait for is basing my trades off of these gray lines. Once my trend line turns red, I can then go ahead, wait for the market to come back to the price of my gray line. So 027, we look at the last 3 numbers, right? 027, and I could potentially take a put, and I would take a 1 minute trade. Okay. Now this is the hour chart. So let's actually break it down. Let me break it down a little bit. Let's go down here, 15 minute, we're looking for sells. 5 minute, also in a sell area, perfect. 1 minute. Okay, so here we go. If we get a pullback to 72222, we can then go ahead and go in for a put. Now, when the market, you guys, has these type of, the box is really close, you have to be careful. Okay, that means the market, there's not that much movement in the market. So just be careful. In the meantime, all I want you guys to do is practice lining up the colors. If you don't know how to use MetaTrader 4, we will teach you how to do that. Please reach out to me so you can learn how to input trades. The first 15 videos in your academy is very imperative. If you have the DCX Academy, In the Leveraged Academy, the first 15 videos will go over pips and lot sizes. Very, very important. Also, it will cover MetaTrader 4. If you're in HFX, the first 15 videos also cover MetaTrader 4. Okay, and if you're in Forex, obviously you have everything, access to it all. Okay. But the main thing that you guys need to do if you're brand new is learn how to use MetaTrader 4 so you can implement the trades and then learn how to line up the colors, right? Learn how to line up colors. And the third thing you want to learn is how to calculate pips. Okay. So does anybody have any questions? I hope I made that clear. I know I was a little bit around the board, but.
I'm so happy the way you teach us right now. It's like kindergarten. And then Des, so I think you're a very good teacher and I like that. I never follow anybody because I don't understand. But the way you teach us right now, actually I can follow. If I can follow, if Nelly can follow, anybody can follow. So I'm gonna gather all the people, my people in my team. So first thing before they have class with you, I'm going to ask them to go IM Center. Go, look at the strategies for color, blah, blah, and click training, and then go to Go Live and look for Dr. Who is
Dr.
the name?
Spiller.
Dr. Spiller, and then go have class with you. Is that okay?
Of course.
Okay.
Honestly, too, like even if I just want people to know how to use MetaTrader 4.
MT4, yes.
MT4 and calculating pips. If they can do those two things, then this is going to come very simply to them.
Calculated pip, I don't like. Oh my God. Okay.
It's not very difficult. It's just knowing where the pip is. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. So for example, right now we're on Euro JPY. Our pips is the 91. The 2 is the pipette.
Yes.
Right? So if we were to add 10, because right now I'm on the 1 minute chart, so I'm looking for about 10 pip trades. So if I was to add 10 to this, or let's say I'm looking for a sell to make it easier because I'm not good at math either, okay? So let's say we're looking for a sell, we're going to minus 10 from this. Our take profit would be 133.812.
Okay.
The last number in most pairs it stays the
invisible.
Same. Yeah, it stays the same, and then we calculate with the numbers after that.
Okay.
Okay. Now with gold and silver, it's a little bit different. Those are the only ones that are different. And if you guys are trading indices, those are also different. No problem. Hope it made sense, Alyssa.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Welcome. Bye. See you.
Yeah.
All right, so we're waiting for a setup here on Euro JPY. Right now we're sitting at a green box, okay? If we get this line to turn green and we get a green shape, this turns green and our volume goes up just a little bit above the yellow, we can go ahead and take a buy here. So let me put the countdown bar here. So here's 7 seconds left on this candle. Right now, market's a little bit slow. It'll pick up in about an hour. I am currently in 2 trades, Euro NZD and GBP CHF. So let's look at GBP CHF. I can show you guys my entry. So GBP CHF 375. So my entry was down here, right at this point right here. This is where I got in at, right here. Okay, so you can see the lineup of all my colors, you guys. Literally, I have a box. Now it did go past a little bit, but that's okay, because we had shapes come up. So I had the trend line, my box, my shapes, my line here, my DMI, and also my volume bar, and I got in this trade. I'm currently 7 pips in profit. Okay, awesome. So now actually I'm going to actually close out this trade because you see how we're at a strong support here with a red box. I'm actually just going to take these profits and get out the trade. So I just secured 7.4 pips because now we see we have a reversal coming, right? We have a strong, a gray line here. We have a strong resistance. We have a red arrow that just came up, right? The candle is about to cross our trend line. Anytime we are getting a cross on the trend line, that's also another good indicator of a reversal. You guys, this is literally a game changer for me. The only thing I'm going to give you guys this, okay, before I go into a little bit of mindset, because we have to cover mindset. We have to. It's 90% of it, okay? But does anybody have any questions about colors at all? Don't be shy. All right. Okay. So I want to go into a little bit of mindset with you guys because when it comes to trading, mindset is so important. After my little bit of my L today, you know, I took an L and it's all good because with scalping in particular, the risk to reward is not the best. So you have to really be very disciplined when it comes to your trades. This morning, and I really should start doing blogs every morning, like little vlog videos after like my session, so I can really be fresh on this and just tell you guys what happened. I think I'll start tomorrow. But basically, you guys, today there was a news candle. Okay, I trade gold. I had secured 20 pips in my first 5 minutes logging in, and then I got greedy. Okay, I didn't pay attention. I was like, okay, news, whatever. The market looks like it's going down. It broke my price point. I'm going to get in for another 2 sells, and I shouldn't have, but I didn't. And then the market reversed and went crazy high because of that news candle. Now, did I stop trading? No. I got into a point where like, I can get this back. Put in a few other trades, a couple buys here, a couple sells here. It did not go well. Okay. So number one, do not revenge trade. It's not smart. Don't do it. Number two, if you have lost a certain amount of trades already, you need to know what you're risking, what you're willing to risk that day. If you've lost a trade already, you've lost your 3%, get out the market. Okay, stop trading. Now, that's why like trading becomes so difficult because we attach our mindset to the money and then we're like, oh, well, I can make it back or I can make more, right? When the market just gave me, you guys, literally, let's see, what's this? 7, 14, 15. I just made 17 pips in the market right now, right? 17 pips, you guys, is anywhere from $1.70 to $17 to $170, $1,700, and so forth and so on, right? It just depends on your lot size. So why would I keep trading if potentially I just made $170 in half an hour of me just sitting here on this training with you guys, right? So I don't want you guys to be discouraged when you're looking at the small numbers. You know, it's very difficult. I battle it too, and that's why I'm saying it, right? But just focus on understanding the skill, because at the end of the day, you guys, if you could do 2 solid trades and you can make, you know, $500 a day, would that be worth it for you? Even $100 a day with 2 good trades, right? These trades I just did would have been $150 after me paying the broker.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
So just stay consistent. Don't give up. Focus on understanding instead of the numbers. And when you start to make the money and you start to get the consistency, it's going to pay off in the long run. So just be patient with yourself as a student. I love colors. I'm so excited for everything that's about to happen with our organization and this tool. And I'm excited. So that being said, I'm going to close this off. But before we do, we have a little bit of an announcement. Okay. So Rajveer, I know you're new. We are going to do a quick announcement. I'm going to actually end this recording. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate you, family. This was Colors. I hope you guys got some insight from this training. We will be doing more in the future. But plug in, follow my YouTube channel, click below to subscribe, and we'll talk soon.